hello there, how are we doing today? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Amanda. And also if you're new, this is not my usual background. I used to film in front of this background, but I thought it felt a little bit cluttered. Why we've gathered right here today is that we're gonna talk exactly about this clutter. We're gonna talk about my handbag collection. I have filmed a couple of these historically on my channel. The first time I think we talked about 17 bags. Today we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about 35 bags. We are going to talk through my 35 designer handbag collection. And obviously, needless to say, this is not something I built over a year. This is something that I've collected through how many years? I think I started collecting bags when I was like 15 years old. I am now 30. You do the math, it's been a long time, right? I have another shelf that you cannot see, but I've taken the little bags down and I thought we would start with the most basic bag of them all, the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull has had its moment. It disappeared from the scene and now I think it's back. I think the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, it's just a practical, comfortable bag. Now just carrying it, I'm like, this is such a great bag. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull makes me feel like I should have 3 kids. They're all boys in varying ages. They play football. I drive them to football practice in my huge SUV Volvo and I live on the countryside. That is true. For none of the above, literally. I have an Audi. I don't have any children, but I still have a Louis Vuitton Neverfull and I wear it as a practical bag. I think this is just one of those easygoing bags that everyone can have in their collection and they would be happy about it, you know? But let's move on to the Louis Vuitton Speedy because that is, as we know, also one of these basic bags that if you watched like back in what year? Maybe 2015. If you watched YouTube back then, everyone was like, oh my god, you need a Speedy. I do have a Speedy, so I fell into that trap. I have a Louis Vuitton Speedy 35 bandolier. I think it looks a little bit awkward carrying it crossbody, but it's very practical. You know, when I bought this bag, I showed it to my parents, which I usually do, and my dad was like, damn, that's a nice little bag. The thing is, this looks expensive, this looks nice, this looks like well made. It's obviously coated canvas, so you don't really have to worry about it getting like scratched or anything because this is indestructible. This bag, you put on the airplane floor, you put it in the overhead compartment, you don't worry about it, right? I think for that reason, this bag is great. I would say though, I wanted to wear this initially for like weekend away stays and stuff. I think if you pack minimally and if you don't need to bring a laptop, this is a one night away stay kind of bag. It's too small to be a weekender type bag, at least for me. Maybe I am high maintenance. That could be a thing. We don't judge, right? But I think if you need a kind of weekend away bag, don't buy the Speedy Bandolier 35. If you want something from Louis Vuitton, maybe buy a keep all. Or what I did is that I bought my vintage Dior little duffel bag. This was influenced by my mother. My mother has one of these that she bought in the 80s. Hers does not have the leather sides to it. Hers is basically just like a keep all from Louis Vuitton, but just the oblique fabric from Dior. I've tried to steal hers. She's obviously not let me steal it because it's such a fabulous bag that if I owned it, I wouldn't want it to be stolen either, so fair enough, mom. So this I can use for weekend away stays. It's still a little bit of a tight squeeze if I want to bring my laptop. This I bought preloved on Vestiaire Collective. This was basically, I think a bag I bought last year, is that correct? I think so, yes. This bag I think is fabulous. I feel like a veterinarian when I carry this bag. I feel like this is one of those, like, OMG, who is she? Like, did she inherit this bag from her mother? No, because her mother didn't want to give away her bag, right? But I think the oblique Dior pattern is one of the best monograms. Am I right? Don't you agree? Isn't this bag amazing? The thing that worries me about this bag, I've spoken about this before, it has some little like scuffing on the corners right here, which is a little bit scary, I think, because then I'm like, will this bag break? Nonetheless, what I'm gonna film later today, I think, is a handbag maintenance video because I really need to moisturize this one. I think the leather has started looking a little bit dry, so I will take care of this one later. And also I'll show you a little bit of how I get zippers like on old bags to go more smoothly. So if you're interested in like a maintenance video, I'll film that later. Now the next brand we'll talk about is Mulberry. This bag has history. This bag is what started it all for me. This bag, I was influenced by, what was her name on YouTube? Was it Sarah Bell 93 or something like this? She wore all the Lily Pulitzer outfits and she was just my inspiration in terms of style at that point. So I clearly had to buy the exact same little Mulberry bag that she did. If you're a seasoned subscriber, you've heard this story before, but this, I basically bought, I think I was 15 at the time. I bought it from Mulberry. I bought it like half price or something. I wore this basically every single day in high school. I thought I was the coolest girly ever. It's still a great bag. It has like a shoulder strap. I think if I bought it in a more timeless color, I would probably still wear it to this day. This is the Mulberry Alexa, and I think the color was called Plaster Pink, and it has rose gold hardware. I think it's like a classic heritage model from Mulberry. I think if you want one of those super classic bags, why not consider like a Mulberry Alexa? Obviously not in the plaster pink color. Like, get something like we're gonna talk about later, like a chocolate brown with H gold hardware, or like a black Mulberry bag with H gold hardware. Basically, this bag started it all. I'm happy that I have it in my collection. I'm never gonna part ways with it because if I sold this, I would get practically nothing on the pre-loved market, right? I think if you want to buy a Mulberry bag, the pre-loved market is a great place to start because they don't really hold value that well in my experience. That being said, I've bought all of my Mulberry bags new from the store back when Mulberry did sales. I'm not sure if they do that anymore or not. This is a Mulberry tote. So this one I bought basically way back when. This I got, I think, when I was 18. I say that because I bought one of these for my mom because I accidentally crashed one of her cars. Then I it's a long story. Basically, my parents paid for the like repairs on the car. My dad was like, we don't do that to mother. You have to buy her something nice. So then what did I do? I bought her a little Mulberry bag. I bought her this tote because she adores a black bag. She loves a bag that is practical. That being said, I don't think she's worn her a lot. I have it in my apartment for storage, obviously, because why would she take care of storing her things herself? I bought one for her, and then when I ordered it, I'm like, it's 50% off. Buying two, it's basically a 2-for-1 deal, right? I think this bag is cute, it's practical. I wore, basically this was my high school Mulberry bag. This was my college Mulberry bag. I wore this to college so much so that basically the straps on the bag, they're looking a little bit worse for wear. They've stretched out quite a bit. But the thing with this bag, let's put this one away. The thing with this bag, like the leather is so soft, but it's not really showing signs of wear. Do you see it? Do you see this? This is just the squishiest, softest leather. But I've worn this to death. I think I read on the website when I bought it that it can carry like 7 kg. I think at times I probably packed it with more because I had my MacBook, the 10-year-old one. I had like my books, my like notebooks, a little water bottle. I had a little like thermos with coffee at times. I had some fruit. I had like my lunchbox. She has been with me on every single university like little outing. If you watched my coat collection and declutter, then you saw my like finance bro jacket that I wore every day in university. And I wore this bag with it. So you know, if you're curious what I looked like in university, that is the aesthetic. Now, for my last Mulberry bag, we have my Mulberry Basewater satchel. This one has fond memories. Basically, me and my parents, we spent the holidays in New York. They basically walked me over to the little Mulberry store and they were like, Amanda, you can pick whichever bag you want. That was like an oh my god, this is the best ever in my life moment. The essay I remember was so helpful. They walked me through basically every single bag, but this bag is just amazing. This I've had since I think 2013 or something. and it's still going strong. Like, there's not particularly any wear and tear on it. This one I will also moisturize later in my little care for my bags with me video, right? But this is just stunning, amazing, gorgeous. This was one of my most worn bags in 2024. This one I just bring on all my weekend activities. It's just fabulous. It fits everything. I have an older review for this bag if you're interested, but the Mulberry Basewater Satchel, OMG, what a great bag. I think they brought it back for a while, I mean Mulberry, but I don't think they have it in their current collection, but this truly should be one of their classics. I don't understand why it isn't. Mulberry, what are you doing? This is such a great bag, and so many people have asked about it in the comments. So Mulberry, I know you're not watching, but if you are, make this a classic in your collection, please, for all of us. Oh no, wait, I lied. I have one more Mulberry bag right here actually, but this is not mine. It's my mom's. OMG, have you seen anything more vintage and fabulous? It's smaller than the Louis Vuitton Speedy 35, but it is just that like vintage little kind of speedy looking bag, but from Mulberry. I adore the color of this. I adore the green. I adore like the honey colored leather. I adore the little like tag on it. Like, this is just fabulous. And then one of the most fabulous things of it all, like, did you hear that smooth zipper? Also, the interior. Like, OMG, do you see that? I adore this bag. This is just beautiful to me. I haven't really worn it because it's my mom's and I don't really want to like put wear and tear on her bags, but she said I'm allowed to wear it, but I'm just like, are we sure? Yes, no. This is an MCM Mila bag. This bag does basically not get any use because it's a little bit impractical, but I adore the look of this. I think this bag just speaks to me for some reason. The aesthetics of this bag, they're just on point. Do you see this? Do you see the gorgeous blue color with the like Smurf blue little thingy right here? I mean, this is just, it's just beautiful to me, at least. It has a shoulder strap too. That is a little bit annoying to put on, so just give me a moment. This is such a heavy bag. I was checking if I have anything in there, but I don't. I think it's just the leather quality that makes it heavy and feels substantial. This bag, if it wasn't so like, you know, weird length in terms of the shoulder strap, like what is this shoulder strap? This just looks weird, doesn't it? Am I the only one who doesn't get it? Like, it looks weird, right? Obviously, you can't answer me right here, but please let me know in the comments. But I think this bag is beautiful. When I asked my dad which bags are his favorite in my collection, he said this, which I can see because he loves blue. Like, blue is one of his favorite colors. So I can see this being his favorite bag. But like I said, I don't wear it. And also, this is a German bag brand. This is one of those heritage brands that I don't think a lot of people talk about. I wanted to buy it because I wanted to see the bag quality from MCM. Is the size called MM? I think so. It's the medium size at least. I think if I bought the large, could potentially have used it more because this does not fit my laptop. Initially when I bought this, I thought I would wear it like as my office bag. Didn't take the measurements and this does not fit my laptop. That was a stupid moment of basically me being the blonde girly that I am. So if you want to buy this one, not this specific one, it's not for sale, but if you want to buy a MCM Mila and you want to fit a laptop, take the measurements. I think you would be better off buying the large versus the medium, but this is not my liability. You take the measurements and see what fits for you, right? But this is a gorgeous bag. Just the quality of this. Like, do you see the feet? It's sad that feet on a bag are qualifying metrics in this time and space, but they are. And these feet are beautiful. I still have some plastic on one of them. We should not have plastic on it. Because, you know, when you have plastic on these things for too long, the plastic can get tacky and it can pull off the gold plating, which it did not do here, but there we go. It's removed. I don't want to sell it because I just think it's beautiful. Am I being delusional? Like, should I just sell it? Should I keep it? Like, what are we saying? The jury is obviously totally out for me. Oh my god, I need to put this down. The Saint Laurent bags are staring at me. I think Saint Laurent is one of those brands that I adore the aesthetic of. I had such a Saint Laurent era. I bought basically all of my Saint Laurent bags. I bought my Saint Laurent sunnies. I bought my Saint Laurent belt. I bought my Saint Laurent sneakers, all in the same time frame. I was a Saint Laurent girly to the core, right? I think I still am a little bit, but I haven't bought much from Saint Laurent this year, apart from a pair of sunglasses, right? But this is one of my most used bags historically in my collection. This is the Saint Laurent envelope chain wallet, if I remember it correctly. This is the old model. I know they put out a new model with like a shorter shoulder strap, right? This shoulder strap feels very 2017 to me. I think the new one is a little bit like higher, which does suit the kind of fashion right now, right? But considering like when you wear like a thick coat, it still hangs at a good length. And equally, like if you just wear it as a little clutch, OMG, so chic. And also, not to make this a review, I've made a review for this on my channel, but one of my favorite things to do with this bag, just to double up the strap underneath the flap of the bag, just do one of these. Like, is she not such a low-key luxurious bag? Obviously, you could do this, but this is this too short? Is this cute? Is this cool? I don't know. I bought this in Milan when I was in Milan with one of my best friends, Aya, or I call her my sis. Me and sis were in Milan. We were feeling a little bit spendy. We went into the Saint Laurent store and I could not buy this. The sales associate was so kind. This bag I had been lusting after for so long, and this was in the beginning of me just getting a new, like my first actually big girl job. So this was a little bit like, Amanda, treat yourself moment. This bag I've worn so much. Like if I look at my photos from like 2018 to maybe 2021, this bag was in literally every single photo. I adore this bag, and it doesn't show any signs of wear because of the I was gonna say caviar, the pebbled leather to it, right? I mean, it's just brilliant, this little thing. I'm like, I need to wear it more, but maybe like as a clutch. No, don't we think so? I think so. I have one more of this exact bag that I haven't worn just as much, right, because of the color. I think now that I hold it up with this outfit, I will adore it because I adore maroon and bright red. I think maroon and bright red is an unexpected color combo that just hits, you know? It's just so good. I think this bag, like the color in itself is a little bit too screamy for me. It has gold hardware. I have had the hardware changed out once because the gold was starting to wear off, so I took it to the Saint Laurent store. They sent it to, I think, Paris and changed the YSL emblem, basically. That cost me like 100 euros or something, so just as an FYI. The shoulder strap length is the exact same on this one. What I wanted to say about this little bag in particular, I get so many compliments on this strap. The strap sparkles beautifully, especially in like artificial lighting. If you're in like a hotel lobby or something like that, this chain, it just sparkles. It reflects light beautifully. And it's one of my most complimented thing about this bag. Everyone is just like, OMG, look at that chain. The chain is heavy, it's substantial, it's beautiful, it's just, it is amazing. If I designed a bag, I would want to know where they got this chain from. Who is this chain supplier for YSL? It does have like compartments back here for your card, and then it's just a bigger compartment, and then just a small little compartment. So this I kind of bought as a substitute to the Chanel wallet on chain. I think the YSL little wallet on chain, for one, is a lot more reasonably priced, and it's cuter. Is that controversial? I don't know, but maybe we move on to Chanel because, I mean, obviously we just offended Chanel. And I am a Chanel girly. I adore Chanel. I think Chanel is beautiful. This is my twin. This is my Chanel small classic flap. It's a double flap. She is my twin because she is also born in 1994, just like yours truly. This one is in lambskin leather, and it has the gold-plated hardware like all the Chanel girlies would be telling you on YouTube. Do you see that little stamp? That means that it's actually gold-plated, which the new Chanel bags are not. Shade to Chanel, but okay. Basically, I'm gonna stop hating and start appreciating. This bag I think is beautiful. This bag I think is just everything. She is so classy, she's so ladylike, she's so refined. I bought it at a reputable designer consignment store here in Sweden called Affordable Luxury. They have such a beautiful, or at least when I've checked, they've had such a beautiful collection of things. If you're in Stockholm and you want to go into a little designer consignment store, go into Affordable Luxury. I think they operate by appointment now. I'm not sure. They used to have like a store that you could always just pop into, but I think that's not the case anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, bought this one a long time ago, basically 10 years ago at this point, and I just adore it. I don't wear it that much, but it's a beautiful bag nonetheless. Me and my parents had a deal. Right? I started university and my parents were just like, okay, so you obviously have to finish university. What do you want when you graduate from university, right? With your diploma and stuff, like when you have successfully accomplished university. I think my parents were a little bit afraid that I wouldn't like finalize the whole thing, especially because after my first year I was like, I hate this, I hate school. That did not fly in my family, so that was when we started discussing, Amanda, what do you want? I told them, not to be too specific or anything, but I want a Chanel jumbo single flap from pre-2009 in caviar with silver hardware. My parents were like, that is cool, we will pay for it for you, but you will have to hunt it down yourself, because they obviously did not know where to start with that whole list, and at first they were just like, what did you just say? But this bag, this bag, I hunted down on the preloved market, obviously, because I am not old enough to have graduated university pre-2009. But I found this in gorgeous condition. It's basically exactly the bag I wanted. It's jumbo, it's single flap, right? So it does not have the double flap, which I wanted because basically the jumbo Chanel bags, they're super heavy. I have back problems because I did horseback riding, cheerleading, and gymnastics, right? So my back is just no bueno. So I wanted this bag. It's lighter, it's better, you fit more in it, and it's obviously older, so it's better quality in terms of Chanel. We don't need to get into vintage versus new Chanel, but all I'm gonna say is that I wouldn't buy new Chanel now, considering the quality issues that I've heard of, right? But she's just beautiful, isn't she? And my parents were so kind to gift this to me once I finalized university. Beautiful. Let's put her back to sleep in her little box. Okay, this is my Prada. Is it wait, what is the name? The Prada double in the size large. There we go. It has a shoulder strap, which I barely use, but it basically was the bag that I bought as my first like big girl job work bag. I was obviously influenced by Olivia Pope in Scandal. If you also watch that show, then you know what I'm talking about. She always had like a fabulous Prada bag and a gorgeous coat in every single scene. So it's just like, she is obviously the epitome of like a big girl boss in her job, right? So it's just like, I have to have that too. So I got this. This has Saffiano leather. What I adore about this is just the OMG fabulous red interior, so beautiful. Like you just saw, it's basically why it's called a Prada double. It has 2 compartments. So I used to have my work laptop back here and then like my lunchbox and my like just like things like cosmetic case and stuff like that in the front pocket. The Prada double, beautiful. They've gotten ridiculously expensive, so I would say hunt them down on the pre-loved market. I think this was a great purchase. I don't really wear it nowadays because I think like I have other work bags that I'm less afraid of using. I'm like, I used to use this all the time, like squish it underneath the seat in front of me in the airplane and stuff. But now I don't know what happened in my little brain, but now I just see this as a beautiful piece that I don't want to get more wear and tear on, you know? So this is just a special occasion work bag. Special occasion work bag? What is that? But okay, whatever. Prada double, beautiful bag, especially with the red interior. Can we put you back? Do you want to go back here? Yes? No? Amazing. Italians, a little bit dramatic, but we love them, right? This is my Prada Cartier. This bag was a COVID purchase. When everyone else was just like worrying about toilet paper, I was like, OMG, look at that product here. This bag I think is beautiful. This is one of those bags, like it's heavy. It feels substantial. Like the corners, like the metallic corners to me just look like a little bookcase or like something equestrian. Like I love this bag. This bag is beautiful to me. This has a little, look at me, I took this out to show you. This has a little kind of wristlet. I've used the wristlet like a couple of times, not a lot to be completely frank, because I'm not really a wristlet girly. It's cool, I guess, if you want to be hands-free and you just want to, I don't know, have something very heavy hanging on your arm, like if you want to work out or something, because that tells you how much I work out. Not a lot. Stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. It has a treated leather on the outside, so it's shiny. It's giving like she is here and she is large and in charge, even though she's a tiny bag. And she has the red interior too. The red interior is a lot like softer of a leather. It's basically feeling like something like a lambskin from Chanel. And it has this beautiful like gunmetal hardware shoulder strap that hits at the perfect height. What's not to like about this? And I think this one I bought also for a ridiculously good deal on Vestiaire Collective, like many of the things I buy. And I think this, she's just cool. This was like my going out bag after COVID. Like when I wanted to wear like a cool bag to the bars and stuff, or to the restaurants. Not that I go to bars, but restaurants, let's be honest. Then I wore this. She travels well too because you just pack her up in her little dust bag, obviously. And I don't really worry about her like getting squished because she has integrity, this bag. She's gotten a little scratch up here and stuff, but it's not really noticeable. And like anytime anything has spilt on this, I just wipe it off a little bit like this and she's totally fine again. Like this is just such a brilliant bag that not enough people rave about. I think the Prada Cartier. Why are everyone sleeping on the Prada Cartier? Wait. I have such an ADHD brain, I forgot that we were talking about Saint Laurent. Let's go back to Saint Laurent, shall we? This is my Saint Laurent sunset bag in the small size in velvet. She has ears because I want to protect the velvet. Because basically the chains would weigh down on the velvet so that they would show chain marks. But if I do this, do you see that? The velvet stays intact and beautiful. If you want like a one-stop shop bag, this is not the bag for you. This to me is fall and winter. This to me is, oh, and yes, by the way, when you open this, you put your thumb on the YSL logo so that you don't press into the velvet, because pressing into the velvet, it will make it less beautiful. So you press right there and then you're fine. I saw this when it was out in the stores. I was like, no can do, sir. Too expensive. I cannot. But then I basically regretted my economically savvy nature, and then I was just like hunting this down on Vestiaire Collective. Initially, when I saw it, it was still ridiculously expensive on Vestiaire Collective, so I was like, Amanda, patience is a virtue. You can wait. We waited and waited and waited, me, myself, and I, obviously, and then when I found this for, I think it was basically 10,000 Swedish crowns, like 1,000 euros or something, then I was just like, no. My time is now. Amanda, we don't wait anymore. Your time has come. Just buy the little bag. Which I did. I don't wear this often. Like I said, this is a special occasion little fall and winter bag. If you have a lot of holiday parties, this is a gorgeous bag option for you. If money was not a thing, I would have like the cherry red, I would have the navy blue, and I would have the green. But I don't have the occasions to wear all of them. So I think for the same occasions I would wear the green, I could also wear the maroon, right? So it doesn't make sense to buy a different one when I already don't wear this one that much, but just look at her. Beautiful, so cute, right? OMG obsessed. If you want a one-stop shop little bag, get yourself a Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. The Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, this is the bag that does it all, obviously. She does not fit a laptop, right? But if you want like a weekend bag, you want like a going out bag, you want like a little running errands bag, you're going to Target, you're going to ICA, which is our supermarket here in Sweden, you're going to wherever, this bag will do it with you. This bag I think is beautiful. This has an adjustable shoulder strap, so if the shoulder strap is not fitting you to your liking, you can just shorten it. This was basically the first bag I reviewed on my channel because I think it's such a great bag. Why am I struggling so? I'm so weak. And that review that I filmed, it's still one of my most viewed videos on my channel, which I feel a little bit uncomfortable about because it was literally the second video I filmed ever. Right, so I'm very uncomfortable on camera, which I can still be sometimes. We're all growing and learning, but this bag is beautiful. It has the accordion sides to it. I obviously got mine in the mock croc black leather, which I think gives Eddie Slimane at Saint Laurent. No, don't we think? And it has the 5 little feet underneath. Beautiful, and has like structure. You see that. It doesn't budge, this bag either. She has integrity. I have one more mock rock bag. This is my Luciano Soprani little navy blue bag. This one I got this year in Italy. I was in a random little city in Italy. I walked past this beautiful little secondhand shop with this old lady in it. She spoke only Italian, so luckily my friend speaks Italian, so she could like ask a bunch of questions. So this is an all leather bag. I think she said it was from the 80s or 70s or something. It has the little feet. Luciano Soprani, I did Google a little bit and I think he's designed for Max Mara. Don't know him, but this bag is cute. I bought this for like 180 euros. 180 euros for a little cute bag like this. Don't mind if I do. This one I've worn a lot this year. I think it goes beautifully crossbody. I wear it a little bit higher because obviously it's more of like a north-south type bag, right? Okay, hello. It's a little bit later. My camera battery died. I have a new camera. I don't have an extra battery for this one. I will obviously have to get that ASAP, but we were talking about my Luciano Soprani bag. I said, also, by the way, short interlude, my Spotify Wrapped just came to my little phone screen, and not to brag, but I am a top 3% Taylor Swift listener. I'm so happy about that. I adore Taylor Swift, but okay. Back to the story. When I bought this, I was like looking at basically a Hermès Kelly, but then I was just like, Amanda, you don't need an Hermès Kelly. You barely wear your Birkins. Go get a cute little navy blue crossbody bag and see if you really need a navy blue crossbody bag first before you get the ridiculously priced Hermès bag, right? So I bought this. I haven't looked at an Hermès Kelly in navy blue ever since. So, good deal, I would say, right? Then, because it's behind the little Luciano Soprani, let's just talk about my mom's Bulgari bag. This is the Bulgari Diva's Dream bag, I think it's called. The Diva bag, the Diva's Dream bag. Something like that. Just look at her. Is she not beautiful? Like with this jewelry looking kind of clasp, right? You just do one of these. It has like gold hardware, but with this beautiful like green enamel on it. Such a stunning bag. Gorgeous. Like a cute little evening bag. And obviously it's Bulgari, so it has all the beautiful little details with the little Bulgari there. Obviously the beautiful chain, this chain, because it's the Diva's Dream collection, it has the little triangle right there. OMG beautiful, right? We have Hermès, we have Oleada, we have Cartier, and we have Celine left. We're gonna speed through because this video is getting so long. Let's talk about Oleada. Oleada was one of the discoveries for me this year. This is the Oleada soft bucket bag. This bag is just gorgeous. This looks heritage, this looks equestrian, this is just the most beautiful brown color. This is more of a chocolate brown, I would say, versus like the espresso brown Hermès Evelyn, right? This has more of a reddish undertone. Goes beautifully with maroon, as we can see right here, right? This is gorgeous. This has like a micro suede lining. It has the smooth leather. It has the jacquard fabric. OMG. Stunning. And this is the upgrade from the old Marina bag. I will show you the old Marina bag too. This is the Marina bag. This I've used a lot, especially in summer. It has my initials on it. This bag I think is gorgeous. This is perfect for like office vibes. It fits my laptop. It fits like a lunchbox. Like I used it for a little boaty type outing as well. I think this is just brilliant, especially paired with something like white linen or navy blue linen, like with this gorgeous chestnut color. It's just everything. But obviously it's been updated to the soft merino, which I think is also gorgeous. The good thing with the soft merino, if we're gonna compare them, I'm gonna do like an Oleada review, so I won't linger on this, but basically this shoulder strap, it sits better on my shoulder. This one tends to slide off because the leather is treated. It's obviously shiny, as you can see, which makes the strap a little bit slippery, right? So this tends to slip off, but if I hold on to this like this, then it's fine. This one I can just put behind my body basically and it just stays. So that's just beautiful, obviously. And for full disclosure, I have been gifted all of these Oleada bags. Oleada is a long-term partner of the channel, which I'm so happy about because I'm obsessed with Oleada's bags. Here we have the mini anchor bag. The mini anchor bags I just adore. In terms of my favorite ones, I adore this one. This one I used yesterday, which is why it's open, because I just emptied up my things. Oleada mini anchor bag in linen and smooth leather. This is the color espresso with the gold hardware. I think this is just stunning. I've used this a bunch now since I got it a couple of months ago, I want to say, and it's just brilliant. I adore this bag. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. This one is the pebbled leather in the color ash. This one I used the day before, so this also has things in it, which I've emptied out. This also has the gold hardware. Just look at this. This was my first mini anchor bag. And the leather on this is just smushy, softened, gorgeous. It's like softened over time. And it just looks like a high-end bag. Even my dad said it. He's like, that just looks like an expensive bag. Then I have two black ones. This one I think goes beautifully with like either like a navy blue, like a midnight blue, like the Burberry trench coat for example, like a navy blue coat or a black coat or a gray coat. Like this is just gorgeous. And I adore the silver hardware because it makes it look a little bit more edgy and cool. Now this is my newest Oleada mini anchor bag. This is also in the color caviar, but just the all leather version. This one I think is gorgeous. This one hasn't had time to soften in terms of the leather. This one, Mom, if you're here, click out. But now that she's not here anymore, this one I might gift to my mom for Christmas, because when I showed her this, I was just like showing her, like, I'm gonna work with Oleada again and I'm gonna get this bag, blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh my God, that is beautiful. I could have one of those bags. And when she said that, I was just like, I think I need to give this to my mom for Christmas. If your mom also is one of those like timeless chic girlies that just, she wears a black bag with everything. She has like that kind of aesthetic that she adores a timeless looking bag, but she wants like a high quality bag, right? Why not get her something like this? Because obviously then me and my mom, in this scenario, we can match. I'll wear my ash colored one, she will have the black one, and it will be so cute. I think she will be so happy about this. So like I said, if you're thinking about like, what am I gifting my mom for Christmas? Or sister, or I don't know, girlfriend, or whoever, why not get something like this? I have a discount code with Oleada. I'm not sure what it's gonna be now because the Black Friday Cyber Monday deal just ended. I will check. I will leave the details in the description. My code is Amanda Oleada, which it always is, right? 2024 has been the year where I realized that Oleada bags are just fabulous and I can't live without them in my collection. Literally. These rarely make it back to this little thingy right here. They just hang in my hallway basically so that I can just grab them and go quickly because I wear these literally on a daily basis. Right. This is my Cartier little vintage tote. Cartier. No. This is my Celine little vintage tote. This one I also included in like my most used bags of 2024. This one I've used so much for work, especially in the beginning of the year, and I think it's just chic and cute. I don't know anything about like what collection and stuff like this of Celine, but I bought it for literally like just over 200 euros, I think, or something like this from Vestiaire Collective. And it's just brilliant, amazing, gorgeous. We love. Now, since I said Cartier, let's talk about Cartier. This was my MVP of 2024 in terms of the bags I've used the most. This is gorgeous. This is a little moon-shaped type bag. Vintage, it's from the 90s. I bought it pre-loved, obviously, because I bought it this year. But it's held up beautifully. Like, do you see this bag? How can this be from the 90s? It is just gorgeous, stunning, perfect. But this did not fully cure the craving for Cartier bags because when I realized that this was a gorgeous bag that I could buy from Cartier from the 90s at Vestiaire Collective for like 200 euros, I'm like, OMG, fabulous, I need more. So thereafter, I got this one. This one is basically the same type of bag, but just a big crossbody bag. It makes me feel like I work in architecture. I need to fit all of my files in here, but I don't do that, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense. It has a little snap thingy right here. And then it just opens up to a big like bucket of Cartier bagness, basically. Do you see that? OMG, amazing. This one also needs to be moisturized. So I will not put it back on the shelf. This is Decadent Grey. This is gorgeous. This is fabulous. This is also Cartier. And it's also Cartier Vintage, right? I also bought this on Vestiaire Collective for I think similarly, like the other ones, like 200 euros or something. And I cannot get enough of this. Do you see this squishy suedeness? This I also bought this year. I haven't really worn it that much, but I just think it's beautiful. And my mom said the same when she saw this. She's like, OMG, I could have one of those. She adores a hobo bag. I've never seen her wear something like this. So, I'm not gonna buy her something like this. She always wears a small little crossbody black bag. So the Oleada mini anchor bag might be perfect, right? But yeah, now, guys, let's talk about the last brand, which is Hermès. This is my most worn Hermès bag. This is the Hermès Evelyn in the espresso brown color, OMG, in size GM. This I got like a year and some months ago now, and this I just think is fabulous. This is one of my most worn bags too. And OMG, just look at that. You just fling it over your shoulder and go your merry way. It's hands-free, it's practical, it's beautiful. It obviously has the perforated H on the back, which I don't really wear. Like, you know, a lot of people wear the Hermès Evelyn this way. It's not my cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, amazing. I guess what people do with this is that you see basically all the logo vibes, right? You have the perforated H and then you have the Hermès right there. So I get that people might want to do that, but I think the chicest way to wear the Hermès Evelyn is just this way, with a little pocket to the front. But I digress. This is the Hermès Evelyn GM. I also have a green Hermès Evelyn PM, which was the first Hermès Evelyn bag I bought. It's kind of a forest green and it has a spring onion green strap. Similarly, you just fling it across your body and go your merry way to wherever you're going. An Hermès Evelyn, I think, is an underrated Hermès bag that usually you can find at a pretty good deal on the pre-loved market if you don't want to buy Hermès bags in store, right? This one you cannot buy online anymore, so you would have to go into the store. Honestly, I'm not really an Hermès store experience girly. I think I prefer to buy Hermès bags pre-loved, honestly, because every time I go in there, I feel a little bit like inferior to the people working there. And I don't enjoy the kind of, you know, feeling like I have to play games to buy something. I think it's a little bit weird. Why is everyone buying into the Hermès games vibes? I don't know, but okay, whatever, we digress. We have the Hermès Evelyn GM, PM, and we also have the TPM right here. How exciting. Guys, so this is a little bag that I got this year from my beloved parents. They got me this for my 30th birthday, which was very kind of them. Do you see? It has its little dust bag. And then it's just a teeny tiny Hermès Evelyn in here. I think this is so precious. The Hermès Evelyn TPM. Like, who is she? What is this cute little mini bag? I'm obsessed. This also has a shoulder strap. It's in the little dust bag, so we're not gonna faff with that at this current point in time, but OMG, so cute. This is in Togo leather. It's obviously in the noir black color with palladium hardware. And I've worn this quite a bit, actually. It's definitely not my most worn. Like I said, my most worn is the Hermès Evelyn GM. Do you see these two? The TPM and then the GM. I mean, this gives me life, honestly. So this bag, mainly, I think is worn by my mom because she adores this little bag. Every time she's here, she borrows it. I did film a little Hermès Evelyn review video recently, so I won't go on and on about these. But if you want to know more about these, may I suggest that you check out that little review video. This little box is obviously not a handbag box. It's the little box for that Cartier watch. Now to the Hermès Birkins. These are two bags that I bought a long time ago. My thought process was they are classic Hermès bags that will never, don't take my word on it, but that will never decrease or become worthless, right? They might decrease in value depending on what bag style is in fashion or on trend at the moment, right? But in general, an Hermès bag like this in a classic color, that's a Birkin in a size that's reasonable. This is a 35, so this is quite a big bag, right? But a bag like this will never become worthless, right? My dad told me, Amanda, now that you're buying handbags, what's the Porsche, what's the best handbag that you can buy, right? That is a reversible purchase that will be a good investment. I'm like, you see, Dad, that would be an Hermès Birkin. Specifically at that time, Hermès Birkin 35s were super like on trend. This one I also got at Affordable Luxury, that pre-loved shop in Stockholm, right? I got it at that time for significantly less than what people would pay for it now, and I got it for less than retail at that time, right? So I think this was a great deal. It did have a little bit of corner wear, but I have had it spa'd. So now it basically, do you see those corners? They look perfect. And it did have a smiley line. But that Hermès basically managed to get out of the leather, which was great. So this is now in like pristine condition. It's from 2001, I want to say, I think. So this is definitely vintage at this point. She's basically, OMG, is she 24 years old now? That is ridiculous. 2001 cannot be, I mean, considering it's basically 2025 in a few weeks. I thought about selling this a few times because I don't really wear it that much. But equally, I'm like, why sell it now? She's classic, and if I sell it and I want to repurchase it, I'll have to pay a lot more than I paid for it back then. So this, I think I'll just keep. Now for the last bag in the collection that we're gonna talk about today. This is the Hermès Birkin 30 in Togo leather in noir with gold hardware. This I got, I think a year after the Birkin 35 or something like that. She's just also timeless, classic, and chic. This was basically my dream bag, because when my dad asked, okay, so what exact bag would you buy? I described this, and then like a year later, this popped up at a reasonable price. Pre-loved, right, obviously. So I just could not pass it up. I think though, if you want a practical bag that you can wear to every single type of occasion, I don't think a Birkin is the vibe, right? Because I think this, it is more of a high maintenance bag. You don't just, or okay, depending on who you ask, but if you ask me, you don't just fling this around, put it on airplane floors, put it on the train, whatever. I think this is something that at least I want to be a little bit more careful with, because if you buy a Birkin, obviously they're not for free. So I want to take care of it, and I want to make sure that it stands the test of time, right? I was at an Hermès event in Chicago last year, and basically I talked to one of the Hermès artisans. He basically said, well, an Hermès bag is made to be used. They get more beautiful with time, right? I mean, the leather quality is beautiful, and if something happens to it, you can send it into the spa, and yes, I agree. But still, I won't just wear this recklessly and just hope for the best, you know? So these are special occasion bags for me. I mean, the Birkins, the Evelyns, I wear a lot. But the Birkins are special occasion bags for me. For example, I wore this on my 30th birthday this year. Because obviously, a B30 on the 30th B-day. It just makes sense, right? So this, like I said, special occasion bag, don't wear it that much. I know a lot of people are just wearing them out and about every day in their life, and I'm just like, go girly. I just don't. I don't have that level of chill in me, I think. Not my most used bag, definitely not included in my most used bags of 2024, because I only wore it like a handful of times. But I think it's beautiful nonetheless, and I wouldn't part ways with this from my collection. And this one I've had spod too, if you're asking. This one I think is from 2020. No, not 2020, 2004, right? So like 20 years old, 21 basically years old at this point. But I have had it spod, so the leather is basically looking a little bit fresher than it did before, but I didn't really have any issues with it. I just wanted the leather to be a little bit touched up and moisturized and stuff, because obviously a lot of my handbags I do maintenance on myself. Not Hermès bags. Hermès bags we don't do maintenance on. Hermès bags we only leave to the Hermès spa to do maintenance on. Right, but basically, this was my handbag collection. These were my 35 handbags. How did we get here, you may ask? I asked the same question, honestly. I filmed this video now because I think this is the biggest my handbag collection will ever get. Don't take my word for it. It's a big statement, I know, but I feel like if I'm gonna have a handbag collection that I have time to use, I have time to take care of, I have time to circulate through the bags and actually get the wear out of the bags that they deserve, I don't think I want more, because I barely wear all of these, right? I mean, as we discovered throughout this video. So I think, if anything, I should probably declutter some. Realistically, knowing how well my decluttering series is going on this channel, I probably won't declutter any. If you think there are any I should declutter, please do let me know. I would be super keen to hear about it, because obviously... Okay guys, the camera died again. Let's cut this short. Now, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you back here on Thursdays and Sundays, now that I post 2 times a week. How exciting. I hope you enjoyed this handbag collection, because it truly was a journey and a half. And until I see you in my next video, stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.